guys, happy Friday. Welcome back to class. I hope everybody's had a really good week and that everybody's healthy and safe and that you've had some time to do some of your homework. Ms. Herman sent out your new homework packets on Wednesday. So check your mailboxes early next week because your new homework should be in there soon, okay? Today's lesson is all going to be new lessons and it's going to be based on your new homework that's coming to you in the mail, all right? So to start off, I want you to just push pause on this video because I want you to go and get a pen and a paper, same as last week, okay? So just push pause. Okay, so you guys should now have a pen and a paper in front of you. And the same reason as last week that I want you to pen and paper is that we're going to learn 5 new spelling words. So we're going to start off by reviewing our spelling words from last week. So as you remember, the spelling words are coming from our phonics blends that we've been learning about last time we were in class. So we learned about TH, which makes th, and those are our words from last week. We learned WH, which makes w, SH, which makes sh, and CH, which makes ch. So last week, our words were them, then, these, that, and with. So this week, we're going to go and we're going to work on the family WH, the W family. All right, friends? So I'm going to put these words up, same as last week, and I want you to copy them down. And throughout the week, when you're doing your homework, I want you to be practicing these words, reading the words, writing them in a sentence. You can put them in a story. You can do whatever you'd like to with them, okay, as long as we're learning them. So the first word is the word what. What. So you can say, what is your name? What. All right. The next word that we're going to do is the word where. Where. Now this is funny because we've learned that push E makes the vowel say its name. So if we did it based on what we've learned, we would say we're, but we don't say the word we're, we say where. So this is one of those tricky words that we just need to learn, stick it in our memory, and memorize the word. So this is the word where. My next one is the word which. Now on the back of these cards, there are little pictures. So they all have cute little pictures that help you with the word. And they have pictures of witches. And the reason why they have that is because the word witch has 2 meanings. So it could be witch, like this kind of witch, or it could be witch, like choosing between 2 things. So if I said, which one of these is your work? Which one? Okay, so which. And it has our other blend in it as well. It has the CH blend. So it has w and it has ch in it as well. So which. All right, the next one is the word when. When. When will we see each other again? When. And my last word is the word who. Now, this is a tricky word as well. Just like where, this one's tricky because it looks like it would say whoa, but it doesn't. It says the word who. So all of these WH words have the w sound, and this one doesn't. It doesn't. We don't say whoa, we say who. So it's another tricky one where you just need to learn it, stick it in your head, and learn it for memorization, okay? So this one is the word who. Okay, friends, so those are our new spelling words for this week that I want you to learn. I want you to write them down, practice them every single week, practice them with your homework. Some of my friends, I know you've finished your homework packets early. This is a good example of something that you can do. You can write them down, you can write them in, try writing a story, draw a picture like we do, and try to use all 5 of these words in a story, try to fit them in, or write them in sentences. Okay, my friends? So I'm just going to take these off and move on to our next lesson. So I want to talk to you quickly about your homework that is coming out because some of it is a little bit different than what we've been learning, okay? So a lot of you are going to receive these. So same thing that we're used to. You're going to find the word family word. So this one is ow. and then you'll find all of the ow words in here. You'll highlight them. An extra thing that you could do, after you highlight them, you could write them down. You can use those as part of spelling words as well, so you can learn how to read those. You can write them in a sentence, you can write them in another story, you can draw pictures to go along with those words. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with these papers aside from just reading them. Some of my other friends, my friends who are in my grade 2 reading group, you're going to be receiving papers that look like this. So we've learned all of our word family poems, and now Miss Herman's going to move you on to this. So what it is they're little stories. You're going to read the story, and then it has these boxes right here, and it says first, second, third, and fourth. They want you to put the story in order. So what you're supposed to do, Miss Herman made a little bit of a mistake. When I photocopied your work, I photocopied it back to front like this. So when you do these worksheets, you're supposed to cut these out and glue them on, but if you cut it out, you're going to be cutting onto the paper on the back. So don't cut them out. Next time I send your homework, I won't make that mistake. I'm sorry, friends. So for this time, I think you could maybe just copy in which one it is. Or maybe you could copy it down on another little piece of paper, cut that piece of paper out, and glue it on. So you're reading the story, and then you need to put these in order of what happened into the story. Okay, my friends? Then for your writing, Miss Herman found a really neat package. Actually, Miss Shane sent it to me, and it's called an isolation writing package. So all of us are in isolation right now. We're stuck in our homes. We can't really do anything. So these worksheets are based on what we've been doing inside of our home. So this one says 5 awesome things about today. So I know that we're not going outside, and I know we don't get to go to Flying Squirrel, and we don't get to go to school, we don't get to ride our bikes. But there might be some fun things that you do for the day. Okay, so maybe your little sister learned how to walk. So you could say, my little sister learned how to walk today. Maybe mommy made you pancakes, and that was a cool thing about today. So you can say, mommy made me pancakes. So try to find 5 awesome things that you have done or something that's happened today. Okay, my friends? The next worksheet is based on a walk. So I'm not sure if you guys have been able to go outside and to go for walks. But if you're able to go for a walk, I want you to think of, it says, if you can, take a walk outside and draw 4 things that you remember. So if you're able to go for a walk, find 4 things. 4 things that you see. Maybe it's springtime, so maybe you'll see some flowers growing. Maybe you'll see a worm. Maybe you'll find a snail. Maybe you'll find different things that are kind of new to the season because we're in a new season now. So maybe, excuse me, try to find 4 things from your walk. If you're not able to go on a walk, go on your balcony and see what you can see. You can see birds, you can see buildings, you can see people, you can see cars. There are lots of different things that you can also put. Maybe there's a bird nest up there. So you can draw your 4 pictures of what you see. Okay, friends? And the last one is, it says kind. So Miss Herman is always telling us to be kind and to find things that we can do, that we can be kind to other people. And I'm hoping that you're still being very kind to your parents and very kind to your brothers and sisters. Okay? So on this it says, write a kind message to someone in your bubble. So in your bubble means the people in your house. So Miss Herman's bubble right now is Miss Herman and her husband and her 2 kids. That's my little bubble. Those are the only people I'm seeing right now. So I could write a kind letter to one of my kids, or I could write a kind letter to my husband. Okay, so you're writing a kind letter to that person and then give it to them. You could put it in an envelope and give it to them like they're getting mail. Okay, make that person feel special for the day. All right, friends? So that is your writing activities. The last thing, we are learning something new in math. So we've just been doing adding and subtracting in our math, but we need to move on to things that are new because there are things that we need to learn still that we would have learned in class. So we're going to try doing measurement. This one might be a little bit tricky because measurement is usually really hands-on. And if we were doing this in the classroom, Miss Herman would have centers all over the place. I'd have things for you to touch and measure and weigh. And I know you guys don't have any of those things at home. So I do have a little craft that you can do that I'll show you in a little bit. That's something that you could make at home for measurement. But for now, we're just going to try to see what we can do for this, okay? So we've done measurement before. Before Christmas, we were doing measurement. And we did measurement on length. So if you remember, we had a ruler, and we were going around and we were measuring things with rulers. The grade 2s were using rulers, and the grade 1s were using non-standard units of measurement. So we were using blocks, or we were using paper clips or pom-poms or whatever we could do. Remember, a standard unit of measurement is something that is universal. So a centimeter on the ruler would be a centimeter, the same in India, same in Vietnam, same in Europe. A centimeter is a centimeter. Whereas a non-standard unit of measurement would be something that we were using that was just the same. So paper clips. We were using paper clips. As long as they were the same paper clip for us, we were using those as standard units of measurement. But it can't, or non-standard unit of measurement. We couldn't use that as a standard because paper clips come in different sizes. So a paper clip for us could be different for somebody else. Same with blocks, could be different sizes. Pom-poms could be different sizes. Your hand are different sizes. So those are not standard. Those are non-standard units of measurement. So we've already done length. So I put a check beside that. We also have 2 more things that we need to learn for measurements, and that's what Miss Herman's going to try to teach you now. So we have mass, and mass is how heavy something is, the weight of something. Okay, so I drew a little picture, and I have a scale. So a scale measures things, and I have an ant on one side and a car on the other side. So obviously the car is heavier, so the car is tipping down towards the ant, and the ant is up at the top. Okay, so we have mass, which is weight, and then we also have capacity. Capacity means how much a container can hold. Okay, so if I have a glass and I fill it up with water, how much water can that container hold? Do big containers hold more? Do small containers? What about tall containers? Which container would hold more? And if we were in class, we would have all these different containers, we would fill them up with water and see which ones held the most, okay? You could also use solid objects like a pom-pom. How many pom-poms fit inside the container? That would also help us with capacity, all right? For this lesson today, we're only going to focus on mass. Okay, so I'm going to give you a lesson on mass today, and then the next time we meet for our homework lesson, for our next homework package, we will do capacity. So I'm just going to clean up my board here. All right, so we are working with weight. So it says weight. When we measure the weight of something, we are measuring how heavy it is. So we see it's kind of like it's on a scale, or like a teeter-totter. So if you sit on a teeter-totter with somebody and you sit on your teeter-totter with your dad, are you up in the air or is your dad up in the air? Your dad is probably heavier than you, so your dad would sink to the bottom and you go up to the top. Okay, so the heavier object would go to the bottom. So the zebra is heavier than the flamingo. The flamingo is lighter than the zebra. Okay, so the zebra caused the teeter-totter to go down. So I'm just going to stick this up here so you guys can look at it. All right. When you're doing weights, size does not matter. Okay, friends? So just because an object is larger does not mean it weighs more. And Ms. Herman's going to show you that. I have an example of that for you. Let me just stick this up here. So here I have a beach ball. It's pretty big. And I have a rock from my garden. So the beach ball is bigger than my rock, but it absolutely does not weigh more than the rock. The rock weighs more than it. So when we're thinking about weight, just because something's bigger does not mean that it weighs more. So my daughter is taller than my son, but my son weighs more than my daughter. So it might be a little bit tricky when you're looking at objects. The best is to actually hold them to see which one is heavier, because this rock is a lot heavier than this beach ball. Okay, friends? So the last one is balance. So we use a balance, this is a balance, to measure weight. The lighter object goes up and the heavier object goes down. So I don't have a balance scale like this, but when I went to school the other day, I was able to borrow one of these. So my friends, this is what we call a pan scale. And when you look at it, there's a line. So we put these here. There's a line right here, and there's a thing at the bottom. So in order for it to be balanced, it has to match those two lines. So I wonder if I put this here, can you see? Let me move the chair up. Okay. Hopefully this works. Okay, so here's our pan scale. And we're gonna see a couple of different objects to see which ones are heavier and which ones are lighter. So if you were in class, this is what you would have. Ms. Herman would have different objects for you to go around, and you would be sticking them in the pan scale to see which ones are heavier and lighter. So my first object, let's see, I'll have a Ninja Turtle. I'm in my kids' playroom, so I'm just gonna grab stuff that they have. So I have a Ninja Turtle and I have 2 Duplo blocks. So they're about the same size, and you're not able to hold them right now, but which one do you think would be heavier? So let's check them. Let's put the 2 Duplo blocks in there. So you've seen that it's gone down because there's nothing in here. It's gone down, so it's weighing on this side, and we'll put the Ninja Turtle on the other side. Whoa, the Ninja Turtle is a lot heavier than the 2 Duplo blocks, so it caused the pan scale to go the opposite side. So if we were writing this down, we would say that the Ninja Turtle weighed more than the 2 Duplo blocks. Let's try something else. Let's do a glue stick, same as the ones we have at school, and a rubber ducky. Which one do we think is going to be? The glue stick is bigger, so maybe it's a little bit heavier. Let's try. We'll put the rubber ducky in, and then we'll put the glue stick. And yes, if you said glue stick, the glue stick is heavier than the rubber ducky. So maybe the last thing we can try, I have one of the Duplo blocks and I have 2 pom-poms. I wonder which one would be heavier. Let's try. Let's put the Duplo block in there, and we'll put the 2 pom-poms. Yeah, the Duplo block is heavier than the 2 pom-poms. Okay, my friends, so this is a quick lesson that we did just on weight to see how things are heavier. And if things lighter, it goes up, and if it's heavier, it goes down. So I have created, and if you are in grade 2, you have seen this before because we made them last year. But it's just something that we can make at home that would help you with measurement around the house, and it's really fun. So I have here a homemade scale. So all I've used is one of my kids' old coat hangers. Okay, you have to make sure it has this hook and that it's hard plastic, because if it's not hard plastic, then it won't work very well. And then it has these little rivet hit to hold the string. So you need a coat hanger, you need 2 pieces of string that are the same size. It's very important that the strings are the same size, because if you have one hanging down too low, then that extra weight from the string will throw off your balance. And then you need 2 cups. They can be any cups. I have these ones in my house. You can use styrofoam cups, paper cups, anything that you want. And I've poked 2 holes in it. So I've fed the string through and then just put a piece of tape on the bottom. So these are my weigh scales. And it's a tricky way to use these, because if you hold it tight like this, when you put your objects in, so we already know that this Ninja Turtle weighs more than this Duplo blocks. But if I put the Duplo block in and the Ninja Turtle in, it doesn't move because I'm holding it still. But if I put my finger just so it's on it, we see how the scale tips down this way because the Ninja Turtle is heavier than the Duplo block. All right, my friends? So you just need to make sure when you're doing it that you're holding the, this thing, what's it called? Like this, so that it's able to teeter back and forth. Because if you hold on to it, it's not going to work. So let's try another one. Let's try the glue stick and the Ninja Turtle. And a good indicator of if they're balanced is if this thing is straight. So it looks pretty straight, so I would say they're almost about the same weight. But if we did, let's see, the glue stick and the rubber duck. Oh, see, it's bowing down towards the glue stick, so the glue stick would weigh more. Okay, so if mom and dad are able to help you make this is something really fun that you could do, and then you could go around your house and you could find different objects that you could weigh. Or maybe if you're able to go outside, you could get a stick and a rock and different things that you could put inside your scale to practice measurement. Okay, friends? In your homework packages, you have work for measurement. So I kept them very simple because you don't have a weigh scale and you don't have other objects. These are going to seem really easy, but these were what I was able to send home because otherwise you would have had to have all of the balance scales and stuff that we would have in class, okay? So for the first one, you have two worksheets that look like this. They look the exact same, I know they do, but your key is to look up at the top. So this one says heavier and this one says lighter. So remember, heavier means it weighs more and lighter means it weighs less. So on these two worksheets, let's see the heavier one, for example, you're going to look at the two pictures in the box and I want you to color the one that is heavier. So if we're looking at this, we have a pair of sunglasses and we have a bookshelf. What do we think is going to be heavier? Obviously the bookshelf. Hopefully that would be heavy sunglasses on your face. The bookshelf is going to be heavier. So you would color in the bookshelf. And then down here, would it be a basket of apples or would it be a marker? Which one do we think is going to be heavier? So the basket of apples would be heavier, so we would color the basket of apples. Okay, so that is representing heavier. And just to see if you understand what heavier and lighter means. Same thing with the lighter one. You are just going to color what is lighter. So what do we think is lighter? A lawnmower or a sand bucket? So the sand bucket would be lighter, so you'd color the sand bucket. A house or a blender? Hopefully your blender weighs less than your house, okay? So you color in the ones that are lighter. So when you get those worksheets, make sure you're looking up at the top. Heavier means more, lighter means lighter, okay friends? The next worksheet you're going to need scissors and glue for this. If you guys don't have scissors and glue, they do sell them at the dollar store or at the grocery stores if mommy and daddy are going out. If not, you could draw the pictures. You could, instead of cutting them out, you could just draw the pictures on the spaces if you don't have scissors and glue, okay? So on this side, it says lighter, and on this side, it says heavier. You're going to look at the objects down here, and you're going to cut them out and glue them on the side that they need to go on. So, do you think a worm is heavy or light? I'd say the worm is probably light, so it would go under lighter. And a school bus. School bus is pretty heavy, so it would go on heavy. And a dice, probably pretty light, okay? Unless it's one of those giant dice, but I think this is just a regular size dice, so that would go on light. So you're just sorting the objects between heavy and light, okay? And the last one. This one is showing 4 scales, just like the scales that we did. But you need to pick 2 objects from down here. That would be one's heavier and one's lighter. And I don't think there is a rule for how to do this. You could pick any of the 2 objects that you would like for which ones are heavier and lighter. So for example, we have a snake and we have a leaf. So what do we think is going to be heavier, the snake or the leaf? So Ms. Herman thinks the snake will probably be heavier. So I would glue the snake on this one because it's heavier, so it's tipping down. And I would glue the leaf on this one up at the top. Okay? Another example, we have a flamingo and we have a frog. So a flamingo is a lot bigger, and I know Ms. Herman said that size doesn't always matter, but a flamingo would have more mass than a frog would. So the flamingo I would glue here because the flamingo would be heavier, and I would put the frog up at the top. Okay? So those are your 4 worksheets that you're going to get for measurements. A few of you have a different one that you're going to be using for words, but I think you'll be okay and you'll be able to handle those ones. They're not very difficult either. Okay, friends, so that's your homework for this week coming up, and that was our lesson on mass. So to finish off, I'm going to read one more chapter from our book. When we left off, Junie B. Jones was getting ready to go and get her haircut with her dad, and she was very excited, and she was going to change her name to Pinky Gladys Guzman. So, chapter 2 is meeting Maxine. Me and Daddy drove in the car a real long time. It was not that enjoyable. Are we there yet? How come we're not there yet? Are we lost? Huh, Daddy? Did we lose us? Did you get us lost, Daddy? Just then, Daddy pulled into a parking lot. Hey, we're here! We're here! I hollered, very thrilled. I looked through the window. Yeah, only here's the problem. I don't even recognize this place because this is not your regular barbershop, Daddy. Daddy got me out of the seatbelt. This is a different barbershop, he explained. Someone at work recommended it. Only it's not actually a barber shop. It's more of what you call, well, okay, it's a beauty shop. My eyes got big and wide at that guy. A beauty shop? Oh boy, because I love beauty shops even more than barber shops. I jumped up and down and all around. Hey everyone, my daddy's going to a beauty shop. My daddy's going to a beauty shop. Shh, Junie B. Jones, please, said Daddy. You have to be on your best behavior in this place. I mean it. No acting crazy. I smoothed my jacket real proper. Yeah, only I don't even know what you're talking about, I said. I never acted crazy in my whole entire career. After that, I skipped very happy through the beauty shop. There was a lady behind a counter. Her face had big, shiny red lips on it. Name, please, she said. Robert Jones, said Daddy. I stood on my tippy toes. Yeah, only he has other names too, I told her, because some people call him Bob and some people call him Bobby. Plus today, my mom called him Ace. The lady looked over the counter at me. And what is your name, she said. I took off my jacket and showed her my name tag. Pinky, I said. My name is Pinky Gladys Guzman, because I just thought of that cute name this morning, and it is adorable, I think. Here's the picture. The lady looked funny at me. She didn't ask any more questions. Pretty soon, a different lady walked up, and she shook my daddy's hand. Hello, I'm Maxine, and I'll be cutting your hair today, she said real nice. My eyes popped right out at that woman, because she was wearing a name tag just like me. Maxine, hey Maxine, look down here. I have on a name tag too, I hollered. Maxine ruffled my hair. Pinky Gladys Guzman, huh? She said. Well, Pinky Gladys Guzman, since you're already wearing a name tag, I guess that means you should be my helper today. Yes, I yelled, because I already know how to be a helper, on account of sometimes I help my Grandpa Miller fix stuff. And last week we fixed the upstairs toilet, and I got to touch that big ball that floats on top. Maxine laughed. Wow, a helper with plumbing experience. This must be my lucky day, she said. After that, she holded my hand, and me and her took Daddy to the sink. Then Maxine washed Daddy's hair, and she let me hold the fluffy towel. I holded it right tight in my arms. Look, Maxine, look at me holding the fluffy towel. See how good I am at doing it? I'm not even letting it touch the floor. Only too bad for me, because just then my nose got some itchy fuzzies in it, and I started to sneeze. Achoo! I sneezed right into the fluffy towel. It was soft as a feather. That's how come I wiped my itchy nose on that softy thing. Plus also, I blowed a teensy bit. Maxine made a face. Because only, you don't have to worry, because I'm not even contagious, I told her. Then I gave her the fluffy towel to dry Daddy's hair, but Maxine said, no thank you. And she dried Daddy's hair with a different fluffy towel. After that, all of us went to her giant spinny chair. Hey, I love this kind of chair, I said real excited. I climbed up there zippity quick. Spin me, spin me, spin me, I hollered. Daddy leaned close to my ear. His face did not look pleasant. Get down, he whispered, very chilling. I got down. Maxine patted my head. She gave me a broom. It was big and wide. Here, helper, you can sweep your daddy's hair as I'm cutting it, she said. Yes, I said back, because I am excellent at this appliance, I believe. After that, I held the broom real tight in my hands and I runned up and down the floor. Look, Maxine, look at me sweeping. See me? See how fast I am? Only too bad for me, because just then a lady didn't get out of my way, and she walked right in front of my big wide broom, and her feet got swept. Ow, she hollered. Ow, ouch, ow. Daddy runned over and snatched my broom away, because I wasn't the helper anymore, apparently. After that, he gave Maxine lots of dollars, and he took my hands, and me and him rushed right out the door. And that is the end of chapter 2, my friends. Okay? So, I hope you guys are having a fabulous time at home. I know it's really hard to be at home and to stay at home, but we need to do that to keep everybody safe, okay? And I know that I miss you very, very much, and I can't wait to see you guys soon. Hopefully it's not too long. But for now, have fun, okay? Do lots of work on your homework. If you have any questions, just send me an email or you can give me a call and I can help you with that. Okay, friends? Attached to this email, I'm also going to post a video on art. So I have an art project for us this week, but I have to go outside to do it. So I've made a separate video for that. So make sure to watch that one as well. Okay, friends? I will see you again next week. Have a fabulous week. Bye, guys.